Let me go across to the cybersecurity expert who's joining us here on the show, Babita Singh. Babita, what can be done immediately to take legal recourse in this matter? I mean, considering that Genoa, this company, is collating only data, as we know, from open source, can it be legally challenged?
Well, privacy of an individual has always been a bigger concern. Now, as we look at this information warfare going on to a different level, we definitely need to take a stand together. Most of the countries, they have been snooped onto, and make a joint privacy policy so that we all are safe and secure towards that. It's not about an individual, but yes, an individual's safety and security is also the safety and security of a nation. This is not the first time China has been accused of snooping. China has been snooping into India from a very, very long time, whether they were using the Chinese mobile phones or giving a particular set of mobile phones to all the military personnel and the Jawans out there on the borders for anything. So this definitely, with the ongoing TIF Act LOC, we are looking at another point of friction again. But this could also be another brick in the wall wherein we actually need to look at things from a legal framework and revise our policies to look at a bigger picture of a security of the nation so that we do not jeopardize our security in any of the cases.
All right, Babita, just stay on with us because we have certainly more questions. This is not just related, as you're pointing out, to high-profile individuals alone, but the manner in which some of the individuals also, most of us, inadvertently put out details on social media. This could jeopardize the security of entire communities, a nation as well. Babita, can you help us understand if any safeguard measures can be used by people while they are on these digital platforms? What do you suggest?
Being on a digital platform is the mandate of the current scenario. We cannot avoid not being on the digital platform.
Absolutely.
Being on the digital platform, we can obviously practice a set of cyber hygiene protocols set out by the government, which is completely missing out here. And the individuals and the awareness is definitely not happening here. So instead of looking out and pointing out at bigger pictures and bigger loopholes, we need to first address smaller issues, which is missing here. We need to put in our information policy regarding an individual and its privacy online and in a very, very, very clear format. The bill which is pending in the parliament has to be taken into consideration and has to be given a clear cognizance of how things should be going ahead from now onwards, considering we have been in a standoff situation with China after this, specifically this scenario where the entire nations have been put on a standby because of COVID. So we need to definitely take a chance and look at everything from the scratch to come out with a solution for bigger picture. Okay. Individuals' data this is something which is non-public data, which is generally available. This open source data is something that I can also map for a person or for an
individual. Yes.
So we cannot put stand or stops to not being mapped. This is definitely not happening. But what are the implications and the security and what is the legal framework that we need to get into? That is something that we need to put in a place. Okay. Probably the needs to come out with a very strong set of information security and for everybody out there.
All right. Babita Singh is going to stay on with us, but we are going to quickly break down the details of what this could really mean. Arunima is joining us with more details on this. Babita Singh continues to be with us. She's a cybersecurity expert. Arunima, let me go across to our cybersecurity expert, the Babita Singh, on certain aspects that we were just breaking down for our viewers. And I want to first take the question not of security, which we've already spoken about, but economic terrorism. We have seen several top industrialists also there being closely tracked and monitored. Clearly, this can have very serious ramifications, not just for businesses, individual businesses, but for the country at large. I mean, you can utilize data to wreck economies of countries as well. Is that a possibility, Babita?
We should not be looking at this not possibility at all. The relationship mapping done by this company is not only extensive but exhaustive in nature. They have not only targeted people, but they have also targeted journalists, major senior people from the media, religious leaders, for example, and people from the organized crime. So if we have to take down an economy or put a nation into an economic crisis, so religious leaders, people from the organized crimes, or maybe people from the media industry, or people from the general public also who have connections or who are influencers in the public, they could actually move an entire sentiment. They could actually change an entire sentiment of a country. So we are definitely looking towards this thing as creating economic warfare in a country without being even present out there. So definitely we need to be very cautious of what exactly the data talks about and how the data is interconnected. No wonder this OKID data has also built family trees to mark dominance and see how things could actually move in a different direction if they wanted to change any country's particular sentiment or the entire zone or the entire terrain of how they are going to appear or look. So your foreign intelligence has gone for a toss, your intelligence operations have also gone for a toss, and the country is in an economic crisis also. So anything is possible with this kind of new ammunition, which is an open source data.